Hey everybody, welcome to this lesson about prompt weights. And if you're listening on a podcast, that is weights, W-E-I-G-H-T. And I'm going to explain how this works. It might take a little bit of practice, but I know that you're going to be able to do it. So let's get started. So your entire prompt, the text that you use or the text and URL that you use to generate your image has a default weight of 1. So you can change this and you can have multiple prompts within one prompt with a double colon followed by a number. So for example, we have this example here where the prompt is floral garden double colon 4. So the prompt weights, this should say prompt weights, can be whole numbers or decimals, and they can be positive or negative. And you can have multiple weighted prompts, positive and negative. If you ran this prompt right here with floral garden colon 4, that's the same as not using a weight at all because the weights are relative. And the sum of all your prompts has to be positive. So for example, we have this prompt here where it's floral garden colon 4, pink flowers colon -3. So there the sum of all the weights is 1, which is still positive, and you can run the prompt. And I'm going to show you some examples of this. Here are 2 different prompts with the same 3 prompts that are inside. We call this a multi-prompt, where you have multiple prompts with or without weights. When you have multiple prompts separated by 2 colons, that's called a multi-prompt. So the 3 prompts for all of these are Montmartre street scene, black cat lazing in the sun, and pale gray and rose color palette. And then we've got 1 negative prompt, which is Eiffel Tower and Tour Eiffel, which is -1.9. I had this one because anytime you ask for a scene from Paris, the Eiffel Tower shows up. Just like if you ask for a scene from San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge shows up. And those are beautiful, beautiful bridge, beautiful building, but sometimes you want something a little different. So in this one, on the left, the prompt with the highest weight is the pale gray and rose color palette. And then black cat is weighted at 2. So the prompt weight is the pale gray and rose is 3. The black cat is 2, and Montmartre is 1. So as you can see, it's got a lot of roses, it's got a lot of pale gray. In this picture on the bottom left, we've got a young woman with gray hair holding the cat, surrounded by pink roses. And there's not a whole lot of Montmartre in here. I mean, the buildings in the background kind of look Parisian, but there's not a lot of focus on them. So that gives you an example. And then in this one on the right, we've got the same multi-prompts, but the 3 positive prompts, the weight is the opposite. Montmartre is 3, black cat is 2, and pale gray and rose is 1. So there's really not that much pale gray here at all. I mean, I guess the buildings are a little bit pale gray, but they kind of look that way anyway in Montmartre. And in 2 of these pictures, we've got a black cat, but he's not foregrounded in the scene really. Most of the emphasis is on the Montmartre street scene. So that is how a multi-prompt works. That's basically how prompt weighting works, and it's pretty easy to do. I'll show you some examples of it as well. So your homework is to create a multi-prompt with multiple positive and negative prompt weights. Now this is not the greatest example because this only has 1. This is blackberry tart and colon 3. But I will give you some more examples in a short instructional video. Okay, so that's it for this lesson, and I'll see you in the next video.